So here we are on the passage. This was a game from yesterday. Rank ladder 1569 and 2 random civs end up being the case. My opponent here has landed the Celts. Meanwhile, I have landed the Goths. And I was thinking and I'm going, okay. I know that I have my rule of thumb being, is my civ better than my opponent's on water? And if it is, I play water. And if it's not, I play land. And I try to sneak because I don't want to play water and I want to make it messy, and then that's how I try to get the advantage on water. So I've had some examples both ways. Some where I've played meta, some where I've tried to get across and cause some chaos. And this one I had to think about. I was looking through, this was going off the top of my head, trying to remember going, okay, Celts, what did they have? And I remember they had Galleon. Didn't actually realize they had a full tech tree here. And then Lumberjacks work faster. Okay, that's cool. And then Goths, the hunt lasts longer, which is good. Nothing else really. Bit of pop space. But then here, I thought, hang on a minute there. This is actually alright. You know, I've got some variety here. I've got the Drummond. And in my head, I thought, actually, the Goth Navy is not awful. And if you look at these options available, you got the full imp tech tree available. The Celts, you can't say the same. They don't have fast fire, which I think is quite a useful unit to have when you aren't playing at 150 APM and you can't micro galleys or you know, you can't get the demos in the right spots all the time. But anyway, this is our Dark Age. This is the fun we've got ahead of us. We're trying to make sure we, you know, get our deer in. Of course, yeah, Goth Hunt is amazing. That just sets us up so well. This boar is being a nuisance, but I had a really nice spot for my dock once the wood comes in, and you can see where we got our 5 across. We're going to bring the boar in. Of course, the hunt is super smooth. And I've found everything I need to, finding my last snow. Actually, we're seeing here, we are getting lamed 2 sheep, which is amazing. And I didn't really realize this until a little bit later, because my opponent was very kind and they ran their scout under my TC. And then I was like, okay, scout's gone, I go forward. So this is where I had a few options, thinking, okay, so the scout's gone, can now I can sneak. I absolutely could sneak. And then I see my sheep walking towards me and I'm going, is he giving me my sheep back? Like, or was that just a misclick of some description? But anyway. But yeah, I had a few thoughts here. I just was trying to think about how I wanted to go about this. And my eventual settling was, I'm not going to sneak. And I am going to watch this and try. Oh, I actually did not realize I was attacking the house. I could have killed that Vil the whole time. And then I was looking for the Vil and he's gone. Yep, there you go. Had a Vil right there for me. That's alright. Yeah, I decided no sneak. I'm just going to watch the crossings and make sure that I don't get snuck myself. Going up the Vil later than I usually do. But I was happy about that. I just wanted to make sure and play safe. That was the number one here. I thought, you know what? Let's back our ability on water in. Let's just play safe. Let's get our galleys out. Let's do the right thing. Get our walls in. Got to be careful when you wall, not to wall too many tiles across in the wrong spot. See me doing a little bit of a touch up there, making sure we get everything in. So now there shouldn't be a sneak unless it's already happened. That was the first part. Being like, okay, this is a smooth Dark Age. Felt good. I was up obviously a little bit slower than usual, which meant I was happy to have a few Vils under my TC still. I was going to get my docks going, my galleys going. And now my opponent on the flip side was going to go fires, and I was going with galleys. So far, smooth. Happy about that. 4 fishing ships though. I only make 3. I'm getting ready for a 3rd dock. I'm thinking about a 3rd dock. I'm wanting a 3rd dock. I just don't have the wood. Take some food. And then I see he's on fires and I'm like, ah, brilliant. Alright. We're going to have to micro this. And, you know, this is something that it's important to learn. Like, it's a skill that keeps me on my toes a little bit. Getting the control group, running back, fixing the eco. For some reason, I do it better than I do it with any other army. And I'm just getting annoyed. Like, opponents microing their fires well. I'm trying to get a little bit of a mass of galleys, because at some point, and hopefully we get to see this, you're going to see this turn from him chasing me to him running away from me. Because I've just got to keep the ones I've got alive, and then the other ones, I get to a spot where I micro them back here, and I bring the next ones in. That's the hope. And then I just got to remember my order of operations with the keys I want to press and where I want to drop my galleys. But if we have a look, you can't actually see them there. So there's 2 there, 1 there, 2 there. So there's 5 at the moment. I'm producing out of 3 docks. We're running. We're actually losing a fair few. We've lost some of our fishing ships as well. But I'm just trying to keep alive what I've got. It's not proving to be that easy. Opponent is actually going very, very smoothly. I'm holding onto a lot of wood as a result. But now we get our galley mass, and suddenly he needs to run because I have got too much. I've got fletching as well, and now it's my turn to chase. And once you get to this position with the galleys, it starts to feel really nice. It starts to feel like, okay, now the water is in my favor, not in my opponent's favor. Spent some time sorting out the eco, dropped some farms, moved to another wood line, I think. That wood line I had, went to a bit more on gold. Obviously got the upgrades I wanted as well. Get the fishing ships, which I was happy about. I didn't want him going with the fishing ships any longer. He's going to have a big Castle Age advantage on me, though, which is a problem, of course. And I was happy to just take out production. Keeps an eye on the crossings as well. Sort my eco out. That's one of those things where you just gotta... I wasn't sure if he still had fires alive. Like, it wasn't something I was super thinking about. It's more about the eco and just trying to get up to the next stage. Probably should have gotten wheelbarrow at this point. With the bills, maybe some faster moving would have helped. Got the vision, because again, now I go, okay, my water's in my favor here. So I want to drop my outposts. I want my vision. And we have a look again. It is certainly a safer way of playing, but I want to make sure that I am awake for any potential problems. He's up, careening, warship upgrade, and now the fires are going to turn into their Castle Age counterparts, and I'm going to have to run. They haven't gotten faster though, which means that my galleys, despite being in feudal, still going to work. And there's 17 of them, so I can just keep doing this. I figure now as well, probably a good time to get some walls down, because I am winning water, even though I'm still like a minute from anything happening here. We get our micro, we lose a couple. It's not the biggest of problems. We've still got too much for him here, and we're gonna take down what we need to. Ever so slowly, and in fact, opponent has stopped making ships now. So I'm feeling good. I'm getting my upgrades now, and you can see once I got Bodkin, it felt really good. Dock goes down. Opponent's down to 2 docks and 3 docks. But now with my upgrades, does not stand a chance. I've got my walls down, so I can't be raided. At least not immediately. Raids would have to break. He's going to boom behind this. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, time to look at the upgrades, time to think about some of these things, add some more docks, even start thinking about the insurance demo now. That would be something I'd like to do. Not yet, I think I accidentally queued a fire ship there. I'm going to chase those down a little bit. Nice situation. On water, the situation feels good, but there have been times where I've been in this position and I have let it slip, so now it was important to do the right things and not let this slip, right? So we had we had the war galley out here. Some of these guys, they start patrolling now. So now it's about, alright, kill the docks, patrol the shorelines. Let him boom. It's fine. He can't cross. Probably going to see a castle come up. When the castle comes up, we can try and chase it. Chase it down. At this point, it's probably a good time to think of a sneak if you can. Like, this is a good time to sneak. And maybe that is the next evolution of this. To try and end games a touch quicker. But I was happy. Like, this is something that largely works for me. As long as I do it right, we're not going to have any problems. I can add the fish behind as well now. Hardly any fish were taken. I'm getting the monks because I want to go grab the relics. And let's be honest, it's a really good spot. It's a really good spot. Yes, the castle's up. I can't do anything about that. I can start fishing. I can start working towards the castle, the Imperial Age. Because I need to get the siege shit out on the fields. Once I get to... Actually, no, I've decided, you know what? I thought, you know what? No, let's boom. That's what I did. I forgot. This time I did boom. I did boom and I got some more walls up. You don't get stone walls with the Goths, so I had to do some house walls here. But it's smooth. It's actually just a really nice spot. You can see the res collected's the same despite this because just was doing a few other things that were really good. Opponent's actually going to hit in. He forgot a sheep of his. Yeah, he's going to hit him. And then we're going to see what happens. You can see I'm ready. I got my demos out and I'm just thinking, all right. You can see demos on the field. He can try and redock. He can do what he wants to, but I'm watching the seas now. I'm watching the seas. He can get his towers up. Again, doesn't matter. Because I'm on the way to him. I can start getting things, getting, there you go, docks are coming down now. It just doesn't matter. I'm even chasing this down, like, I was like, oh, let's try and deny it. Can't, doesn't matter. Really, really doesn't matter. He can have all the res in the world, he can't do anything with it. You're gonna see a raid come here soon from him. An attempted raid? I have my one fire, but whatever, send them in. Careening, obviously handy against the castle and tower fire. 11 woads. There they go. They're crossing the water. And 11 woads become 0 woads very, very quickly. Because that's just the way you do it. Grabbing my relics now. You can see 4 of them are in. There's 7 on this map. I was a little bit worried I'd get sniped here. They are visible. I was like, quick, gotta run. Gotta get out to the next one. And even though I'm in Imp, I kind of forgot that I had Drummonds and not Cannon Galleons. I also have a lot of food. Actually, hang on a minute there. Did I get Shipwright and then cancel it or something? Like, what's happened here? I thought I had Shipwright coming out of this dock. I must have cancelled it at, like, yeah. Odd. Anyway, we continue. It's now actually being researched. He can get dried off, doesn't matter. Galleon, my Galleon mass is going to be too good. I've already got 40 of them. And again, if we just zoom out and we have a look at the seas, this is just patrolling, knowing that there's not going to be any issues here. Unlikely to be issues here, which means I can't get transported across. I'm actually even thinking about to start thinking about barracks and just running across with Huskarls. Because I know that's what's next. I think I click... We're going to find this out pretty soon. I'm going to click chemistry. And then I'm going to start making Drummonds straight away. I don't believe I waited for chemistry to end before I realized. I think I was like half looking to see if I had fast fire and then noticed I had Drummonds. We'll find out what it looked like exactly. But yeah, my army's just... It's the critical mass now. There's so many of them. There's so many of them. Just need to, you know, the score's still close enough, so I'm just thinking, he's getting his dots down. I've got to try and get rid of this. Actually, no, there you go. I don't actually queue up. I wait for chemistry to end, and then I'm starting to queue. I'm like, oh, it's dramas. I didn't have to wait all this time. Which is annoying. I don't get siege engineers either, which kind of sucks, which means these guys have only got 12 range. So the Drummers suck, but they are there. And now I'm just taking down docks, and just trying to get a whole bunch of these guys now, and they can just do the job. Do the job from here, and you can see again, there's, you know, attempted tower, attempted redock, but like, I see it. There's only so much you can do. I can see it. Getting some infantry armor now. Running the Huskars across sounds like a good way to go about this. Absolutely abusing some villages on the shoreline now. Anarchy as well. Perfusion? What does perfusion do? Barracks work faster because I'm just like, let's smash them out now. Let's start creating the Huskar. We don't have time to waste. Get all my defenses out, and then here we go. Oh, he's going to come around this side. It doesn't matter. There's no comeback here when someone's paying attention. I admire the effort though. Like, if you haven't played it before, or you haven't played the scenario out before, then you got to give it a go. So I don't have any issues there. But when I've done the right thing and grabbed the relics and keeping an eye on things, don't get surprised. And that's how the game ended. And what that did, well, that took me to 1585, which is my equal elo high. So I was super happy with that. But overall, you can see a pretty nice game. A game that I think I've won by, well, playing galleys, of course, is always better if you can do it. If you have the APM to do it, it will be better. It can go badly wrong if you forget your galleys at any point, so you need to keep an eye on them. But in this game, I did keep enough of an eye on them. My eco was okay. The wood got out of hand a little bit, but largely it was okay. I was slower up, but did the job. Got the win. Got to 1585. Equal elo high. And I was watching that and I'm thinking, alright, I've got to go again. Got to go again. And what did that look like? Well, so I queue up again. Hang on. Let me fix this one first. So, no, not that. Let's do that. Let's do this. So I've queued up again at my elo high. And I see my opponent is a 1756. And I'm thinking, crap. For many ways. Not just crap, it's a 1700, but like, crap. If I win, I don't just get my elo high. I don't just break 1600. I, like, smash it. Because I queued up thinking, well, I'd probably play someone around or maybe slightly below my elo. So I might not even be playing for 1600 in my next game. I definitely was when I saw the elo of my opponent here. I'm thinking, alright, well, let's see what we got. Also a bit of a free hit in my mind, because I'm going, well, they're so highly ranked that I'm probably playing for my best ever reload next game as well. So I'm thinking, alright, this is good. And then, either I've randomed into Vikings, or matchmaking is bugged, because I got Vikings who I had put in the gun in case my opponent force-picked. Maybe my opponent force-picked Bohemians. I'd be surprised, but maybe they did. But anyway, we got the Vikings. We're up against the Bohemians. So I'm thinking, this is now my chance. I just need to put everything together. I was on a 5-match win streak on this map in this day. Going for 6, playing against the highest ELO opponent I've played on the ladder. Of course, the highest ELO opponent I've played being Tato in Dallasocracy. But highest ELO opponent on the ladder. Big opportunity to try and get... big opportunity to try and get to 1600. I'm thinking, okay, this is what we have got in front of us now. Just got to be smooth. Can I be smooth? Can I get to the feudal age smooth? Can I get my galleys out smooth? And this is the other one, right? It's Vikings, which means I can't fall back to fires to get me out of a hole here. Because sometimes the fires, when you're getting pushed by some galleys, queuing up half a dozen fires can just help push the galleys away from your base a little bit so then you can throw more docks down. Don't get that option with the Vikings. I have to win water with the galleys. I can't lose a galley war. Just have to do everything right, and then the Vikings will take over. Because it's the Vikings. They're the best civ on this map. Just shuffling around my dock and my walling in, just being like, no, I'm not going to risk... No shenanigans here. Not going to risk anything. Not going to risk him coming through. Just going to get my little walls down. Get my second bore in. And previously, or most of the time, I find myself going 20 Vils plus Loom. This time, I thought, no, I'm not going to go 20. We're gonna do this in 19. We're gonna get up. We're gonna get our first couple of galleys out, and we're gonna make this work. Get a free sheep. Handy. He's had all day to try and wall this Vil in. Vil doesn't have Loom. I'm getting Loom now. 19 Vils. I'm trying to kill this Vil. Not sure if the scout's coming. Trying to force drop to make sure I've got the res I need. I get the kill, and I'm like, alright, now I just got to get back. Now I just got to get back, and I got to click up, and we do it. First part, tick. Alright. Tick that part off. Next, second wood line. Third part, look at how far away we are here regarding these crossings. How far I have to walk. And I'm thinking, nah, I got to do this. I have to get these little walls in. I can't allow a sneak against the Vikings. Yes, this is not the most... The Vil's walking a long way. They're not working. It's going to hurt my little galley production a touch. Completely emptied the town centre. We've built 2 lumber camps, of course. But I have to get some walls in here. It just felt so vital to make sure I'm protected, because I've gone, well, I've killed a Vil now. It's so good. I'm Vikings. Don't sneak me. You can already see the eco difference. He might be on a board. No. But yeah. 200 res collected more. Off the back of... Well, no Dark Age bonus for either of us. But... Oh no, I don't have a Dark Age bonus, but I guess I have a bonus on dock being cheaper, so I can get the fishing ships out slightly quicker. It's like... It's a tiny advantage. Scouts are fighting. I've got no HP because I killed the Vil, so I had to run. Even though I was in the feudal age. But now time for the docks. And I'm watching this Vil and I'm thinking, okay, where do they go? Where do I build? I actually just wanted to take him home because I was worried about him being in feudal age and killing them. So that's why they kind of walked around. Hindsight, they should have dropped 2 outposts beforehand and even just keep outposting here. So this is my current, what I currently see. Not a lot, but now I see the scout has run away, so I come back with mine. I can hover around. Did I get double bit axe? I did. Is my eco running smoothly? It is. He's playing fires. I'm about to find that out and get a real, like, massive smile thinking, okay, he's on fires. That's good. Have I got 3 docks running? Yes, I do. Have I got my vills running? Yes, I do, because I still got my fish. Losing the fish early feudal age is an absolute killer. Absolute killer. Anyway, I see the fires. Think, brilliant. Just did this in the last game. Now we're going to micro this again and be absolutely perfect this time. We lost probably a few too many galleys for my liking when I look back on that. I think I lost 6 galleys before I really took charge of the battle. I'm seeing this fire doing a bit of work. I was like, no, I'm coming back for him. He was weak. And my 3 fish still alive. 3 dock galley production. It's coming along all right. Getting some houses. Slightly housed. Dropping 100,000 houses at home now. Blacksmith in a position that helps with a little bit of vision. Of course, the crossing there could be in trouble, but you can see here another very small thing. Deliberately sent this fishing ship to this spot earlier because I wanted the coverage in case there was a villager that walked across this side. I had the 4th dock, but this was mainly vision more than production. I know I've said before, 4 docks can kind of kill the castle age time, but I wanted to make sure that I had the vision over the crossing a bit more than I did. And now I'm thinking, okay, we're in a good spot here. I've got my critical mass of galleys. I've got fletching. Like, this has been so far again really, really good. And I'm just thinking, okay, well, I'm still up against 1750, so something's got to be happening here. Don't know what happened there. Someone's got to fix their hotkeys. Get rid of your town bell hotkey unless you put it somewhere out the way. So we're ticking along. I'm taking out docks and going, alright, well, this feels easy. It shouldn't be this easy. I'm not actually going to win this, right? Out come the fires. And go, the fires are out. Okay, still yet to lose a unit, by the way. 0 units down. 13 galleys out there. Already sending my check up on them galley. You know, is there a redock coming across the sides? Still 0 units down, and galley situation is so good now. That I feel like we're in a very, very nice spot. Eco's still kind of good. A couple too many, a few too many on wood perhaps. But I don't even have my farm. Look at that. My farms weren't even down yet. I was still fishing. A few on berries. Like, I just finished the sheep in that moment there. 17 minutes in. And not everyone working on the dock, which they should be. There you can see he's redocking down the bottom. Couldn't see this in the moment, of course, and his scout's still roaming around. But hey, we were feeling, I was feeling alright. I could see the score lead. I'm thinking, alright, this is good, but does that mean he's up first and then there's going to be like a bit of a pushback coming? I wasn't sure. Use the market to help me out because I saw how long I was taking. There we are. We're up. I'm getting my walls across. I do want to wall this. I didn't have the vision back here. Like, I have a galley there now, but, you know, I guess it's possible he could have snuck or transported. Like, I was just assuming there was a transport. There comes a point where I go, oh crap, like my dock. This guy was sent looking for the relics. That's why I just missed the fishing ships. Didn't show the deny. Yeah, the redock denied in the north. I know, there was that. That was smooth as well. You can see how nice that was. There's the Vil. He comes along. I'm not doing anything for this, right? They're just on patrol. These guys are just on patrol, just making sure that I constantly have vision on the entire shoreline. That's it. That's all I want to look at. And then he runs off. He goes again with the Vil. But I am like, with the scout still here, and when the scout came along, I was very nervous. And you're going to see me get pretty much paranoid at this point. Because I can't believe that this game is going the way it is. It's 10 kills to 0. I've just got galleys across the front. Nothing about this game made me think that I was playing a 1750 here. And you're going to see me, the longboats are out now. Like, this is, I have to win this now. I'm getting insurance demos for no reason. He does have his fish ships, but they're not working. And because I still see the scout, it's on 2 HP. I finally get rid of it. Because it did so much. Right? Check out my walls, right? Check this out. There's nothing back here. And I'm like, I can't trust that there's not about to be 15 knights run into my base. I just was like, I gotta just wall this in. I couldn't believe the situation that I was in at the moment. Did not believe that it was going like this. Because again, I was playing for my highest ever reload, 1600, and against the 1750. So I just was like, alright, everything that I can think of that could go wrong must now be thought of. This patrol is keeping an eye on that. My vision there. I knew there wasn't going to be a problem here. I now was pretty confident there wasn't a problem back here. So now it was just pretty much the same as the last game. I'm thinking, alright, well, we're good. But how does it turn bad? It turns bad, I guess, with a bit of a push, like a massive army. So, didn't need to make any more ships. I did want to get to Imp, because it's just thinking again now, alright, now I don't want to be late to Imp here. I want to get up. My res is brilliant. Viking eco's unreal. 47 seconds idle time, half hour in. Yes, 1 TC play, but I do it well. My TC keeps running. My houses get down. Still, I just love this. The pre-wall. It just did not feel right. He's trying to drop a castle here. Probably could have denied this. I think the longboats, they did have Bodkin at this point. So the range is 8. Maybe they couldn't quite reach it, but I was happy just to sit back. So, alright, castle's going up. That's fine. I'll make sure that I pick up what I want to pick up here. That being cannon galleons. Cannon galleons are important here. Longboats are nice, and all the attack upgrades that I can get, the chemistry, the bracer, and the unique tech, they're all great. But the big part is, of course, the cannon galleons, because I need to break this. And you're soon about to see him go tower heavy. Insurance demos are out as well, because I'm thinking, again, what if there's knights? What if there's Hussite wagons? Who knows what's coming? So, let's keep an eye on that as well. And now the tower spam starts. They probably should research keep, so they're already keeps in this moment. Like, you get heated shot. No, so you can't do that. But, like, I'd get all the upgrades and then come forward, I think. Because otherwise, these are just guard towers shooting instead of keeps with arrow slits. But yeah, now the game was just like, alright, I've just got to do what I do other times and take this down and I win, right? Attempted, yeah, houses into attempted outpost, into attempted redock. Not going to happen. Paying attention. Those fishing ships are still there. But look at this. The situation's so nice. I got 9 cannon galleons coming out. I'm just going to take these down. I'm going to take the castle down. Everything's going to slowly fall. Didn't get elite cannon galleon, but I was getting siege engineers. I had ballistics. I just had everything covered at this point. And I got the win. And I got to 1600 for the first time. And yeah, Now I'm happy to put the chat back on the screen that I was hiding. But yes, there we go. Thank you, Slaters. It was... Yeah, just so happy with the way that played out. I probably played my best ever game to get to 1600, which I guess is fitting, right? My best ever game to get to my best ever elo. It was extremely nice to see that it all came together. Yes, maybe my opponent didn't do things right, but I don't really care because their elo means that they should learn to do a bit more things. And I had a look at their history. They had played a dozen games on this map, so it wasn't like it was a first-timer kind of thing. Yes, Civ was great. I still think I played that very, very well from minute one. Didn't have any mistakes. Killed the Vil. No idle time on the way up. On the 19 Vils as well. Like, lots of things there were just so smooth. Yeah, so the Siege Engineers does give +1 to those ships, to the cannon galleons. So all siege weapons and siege warships +1 range. 20% attack versus buildings. Oh, it affects demo ships as well. I didn't realize... Okay, that's one I learned. Siege Engineers affects demolition ships. Note that. At least attack on buildings. So if you're ever playing Sudden Death on African River and you get to Imp, demos with Siege Engineers. Note it. So yeah, +1 range on that, so it turns out to 14. Takes it out of range of any Teuton castle, if that was to be what you're up against. But of course, the Drummonds, the Luchuans, and the incoming catapult galleons also affected by this, by Siege Engineers. But hey, there you go. That was my little journey to 1600. Played them off stream. Yeah, I played a little bit of the journey on stream yesterday, and then these two games were played afterwards. So now, if we go have a look at where things sit, I am now currently at 1608. I got a +23 for that win. I haven't played a game since then. I'm sitting on it. As you can see, yesterday, 6 wins in a row, all on the passage. Got dodged on lowland, which was funny and fortunate. And then, yeah, got my map. Got my run. I knew that when the passage was coming back into the rank pool, I was like, this is my chance to get to 1600 in this cycle. And then I had a bit of a slow start on it. When it came in, I wasn't playing that flash early on. There you go. A week ago, lost a game from 1580, right? I was there. I was playing for my highest elo at 1580 and I lost. And the first one. So I got to quit. That doesn't count. And then, yeah, lost 2. The first turn, I was thinking, geez, have I lost how to play? But yeah, unbelievable. 1600. I can say I've made it to 1600 for the time being. I'll sit on it for the time being. Not going to play any 1v1s. But yeah, super happy. Happy to share it with you. Thank you